Welcome to our temporary press center of the Rapid Response Brigade of the National Guard of Ukraine. I'm operator Starsky. So I've been accumulating some information since yesterday. We have data coming from Mariupol, data on the casualties among civilians, and unfortunately up to 5,000 civilians were confirmed dead by local authorities, as well as 210 kids, and 140,000 of refugees have already left Mariupol searching for a new home. Yesterday there were negotiations held in Istanbul, and according to those negotiations, Russians claimed that they will cease their activities in the area around Kiev and Chernihiv. It's north of Ukraine, and as soon as they made that statement, we've had a lot of air alarms as well as multiple missile strikes. There were a lot of explosions heard around Kiev, and also city of Chernihiv have received a heavy artillery fire during the whole night. All this indicates just how desperate Russians are for not reaching any of their military goals, and the main idea behind all this is that they are not pulling back their troops, they're simply regrouping their troops around Kiev and Chernihiv in order to control some specific and very important spans of the front line. Also yesterday we have received an information that all the evacuation corridors for the refugees in Zaporizhia were blocked by Russian forces, who did not let Ukrainian refugees proceed to safety. And actually it's another topic that I will discuss in one of the upcoming videos, because the Russian agenda on Ukrainian refugees resembles the same agenda that was used by German Nazi during the World War II. As for the Russian POWs and those killed in action, as you may know, Russians keep hiding this information from society, from their relatives. That's why Ukrainian volunteers have created a database containing all the information on Russian POWs that are being kept in Ukraine, as well as recognized and unrecognized corpses of Russian soldiers, and this website is available in the description of this video. Ukrainian volunteers have created this website so basically Russian relatives could find a missing Russian soldier and find a way to bring this corpse or return the POW back to Russia. Share it as much as you can, because Russians keep blocking this website everywhere in the Fascist Federation and keep feeding their people a fake hope. Another interesting feature of this war is that Russians keep using their sabotage and reconnaissance groups all around Ukraine, especially during the first days of the invasion. And recently Ukrainian intelligence service have released the database on as much as 600 Russian spies operating not only in Ukraine but also around the world. Some of them may be currently operating in your country. Remember poisoning of Litvinenko and poisoning of Skripal family in the UK. Obviously Russian spies have been involved into this. Those terrorists are able of conducting reconnaissance and sabotage, and they might be dangerous, of course, and you must remember that buttocks head Putin is not going to be grateful for all the sanctions, and this information is important because in coordination with the global security agencies, Ukraine helped to tighten the circle around those spies in different parts of the world and hopefully increase global security against Russian threat. And some good news: yesterday something freaking exploded in Russia. Specifically in the city of Belgorod, a huge arsenal used by Russian fascists to supply their troops in Ukraine went off for no reason. I've heard that it was caused by Ukrainian missile, but frankly speaking, I think that Russian soldiers should really avoid smoking in such areas because it's kind of dangerous and smoke kills. As for the fake news, I should introduce you to this person. This guy is called Mr. Konashenkov. He's kind of speaker for Russian Ministry of Invasion. And among his masterpieces of propaganda, there was one dedicated to genetically modified birds created by American and Ukrainian scientists. And according to this stand-up comedian, those birds were intended to spread bacteriological weapons. And as a representative of Ukrainian state, because I'm a military, I must assure you, alcoholism is not a bacteriological weapon. It's not being spread by birds, believe me. It's being caused by poverty and lack of culture. Anyways, they made another one. So, according to Russian official media, Jewish Ukrainian President Mr. Zelensky ordered Ukrainian Nazi troops. Jewish President Zelensky ordered Ukrainian Nazi troops to use some specific synagogue in the city of Uman as a storage for ammunition and weapons and recruiting center for Nazis. The synagogue is famous worldwide because the tomb of Rabbi Nachman, a Jewish saint, is located in this shrine, and every year a lot of Jewish pilgrims from Israel and from all around the world arrive to the city of Uman. It's rather a town. It's smaller than a city, of course. And why this is important is because Russians claim that they will be forced to bomb the synagogue because it's been used by Jewish Ukrainian Nazi. This world is a fucked up place, my friends. It could be funny, but unfortunately it's just another casus belli made by Russians in order to bomb civilian objects in Ukraine. I receive a lot of comments from our Azerbaijani friends who wish us a lot of good luck, and they say that they will keep Russians busy. We appreciate that, and of course, as you know, Armenia is another satellite country of Russia that supports their aggression in Ukraine. Recently, Armenia has sent 4 jet fighters, including their pilots, to Russia to participate in this invasion in Ukraine. 4 jet fighters for Russian army. You might ask what happened to the almighty Russian aviation, and that's a very good question because Russian air superiority have been dramatically overestimated by all kinds of Western experts. You know, I've been listening to a lot of Western experts prior to the invasion, and all of them were convinced that Ukraine will not be able to hold against Russian troops for more than 3 days. And I'm pretty much sure that Russian media also claimed the same. So what can I say? Surprise! So now you might want to ask yourself, what's the secret of Ukrainian army? What made us hold for such a long time defending our country and increasing the number of our tanks with the help of Russian invaders? The secret is simple. As you know, Russian hybrid war in Ukraine began in 2014, and since that time Ukrainian army have spent 8 long years learning how to fight against Russians. We've been learning and gaining experience on fighting Russian sabotage and recon groups, their artillery, their infantry, and of course their regular mechanized units. And there's even more than that. During mutual military exercises with our colleagues from NATO, Ukrainian army have shared our experience of resisting and fighting specifically Russian troops. So Russians have taught us how to fight against them, and in the end they decided to attack with the much smaller forces that were needed to occupy Ukraine, claiming that they will capture Kiev and other major cities in just 3 days. As much as 400,000 Ukrainian soldiers and policemen have passed through joint forces operation since 2014. It was called anti-terrorist operation until 2017, I guess. And this means that we have as much as 500,000 experienced soldiers that specifically being trained to fight Russians. Also today I've had a small live on Ukrainian TV, and I used this opportunity to pass your guys' wishes and greetings to Ukrainian people. In particular, I told our audience that international troops fighting for Ukraine are some of the best representatives of humankind. Also, I cannot thank enough all those who cares and supports Ukrainian refugees abroad, because it's very important for us, and it gives us more space, and of course we feel much confident about our families that don't have to suffer from this war. I must say that Ukrainian people will never forget this, and I think it's a basis for a great friendship of Ukrainian people and all the free world. I also receive a lot of supportive commentaries from ex-militaries and common people from around the globe, and I will use every opportunity to pass your words to Ukrainian people. Big thanks to all of my patrons who helped me to upgrade my hardware a bit. Thanks for watching. Operator Starsky, over and out.